Hey guys, how's it going? The Fuji guy here with a quick comparison between the Nikon D800 with the Tamron 85mm here on the left and the Fuji X-T3 with the 56mm 1.2 on the right. So this is my old system that I shot with for maybe 2 years. And this is my current system I now have with the Fuji X-T3. So right off the bat, first thing I want to show is just some skill improvement from year to year. This was last year's photos. This was this current year's photos, the day after I got the Fuji. And just right away, you can see there's some highlights here on her cheeks. There's a little bit of highlight in her hair. And I really can't get rid of those highlights. Even if I try to kill it, it really kills more in the shirt than on the face. And I really want to keep some of that highlight in her shirt just to give it a little bit more character. So that's just a skill improvement, positioning the lights better, just really preparing for not having that. Also, if you notice here in the background, I also have a light shooting on the backdrop here. This is actually the same gray backdrop. I have the Westcott X-Drop system. This is the same gray, but see that light shooting on the backdrop gives it a nice effect. And with the vignette that I always put on my photos, I believe it looks better with that fall off compared to just a regular picture. I'm using the same setup here. It's a 2-light setup in the front. You can see the 2 catch lights on both of her eyes. 2 lights on both of them. These are my 8200s from Godox. And I use the Glow Parapop. Thank you, Mr. Robert Frost, for the recommendation there. It is an excellent system. Very mobile, very light. So right off the bat, I want to take a look at some of the skin tones between the two. First of all, sharpness, really. The D800 is famous when it first came out. 36 megapixels, highest megapixels on the market when it first came out. It's an incredibly sharp lens. Excuse me, an incredibly sharp camera. And the Tamron 85mm is an incredibly sharp lens. And putting them side by side, I'm really not seeing a detail loss on the Fuji system. And if you look at it, I mean, looking in the hair, looking at the skin, really looking at the pores, and I know no one ever wants to see their pores, especially not a young lady when she's trying to get these pictures blown up. But just the detail in both of these pictures, and just to show you, I have the clarity turned down on both of these. So it's -21 on the D800, -27 on the Fuji. Just to make things fair, don't want you to think I'm cheating here. I'm gonna turn this to -27 also. Just to try to smooth out the skin on a global level. And you can really tell a difference when you have more clarity. As you can see, the skin really changes. So I'm going to leave these both at -27. And the detail on both of these is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. But looking at the colors as global, and then as we zoom in, I do like the Fuji look better. It just seems to have a nice, I know they're not the same tone, but just the way it renders the tones, I feel like it's a little bit smoother on the Fuji side, a little bit more, I guess you would say, fall off and softness to the skin with the Fuji versus what I got on my D800. And a great thing about, especially headshots, which is mainly what I shoot, the extra depth of field that an APS-C sensor can give me is great to make sure everything is sharp and in focus. Looking over here at my settings, of course, the lowest the Fuji goes is 160. I shot at 100 on the D800, that's the lowest that it goes. And f4 is pretty much a staple on my D800. I would have shot this at f4, but I have some complaints about the 56mm in the aperture ring. I found a workaround for it. I'll be making another video on that. But this happened to be at 6.4. This is my very first shoot with the Fuji, and this number changed all day. And I have solved that issue since, but it is just a very, very soft aperture ring on the Fuji. And I hope they get that fixed in the second version of the lens. I'm looking at the detail on her face, looking at the image as globally, I really can't see a difference. And in my personal opinion, if you break out an APS-C sensor, which all the lenses cost half, if not a third, of what a full frame lens would cost, and actually the Tamron here is a third-party lens, cost, when I got my 56mm on sale, cost $150 more than the 56mm. The actual first-party lenses, the closest that Nikon has is the 85mm 1.4, which I believe is a $1,600 lens compared to a $750 lens with the 56. And to get the same results, or if not very, very close to the same results, I believe that's a win for the Fuji system, and I believe that's a win for the X-T3 as a whole, and what we're able to do with these mirrorless APS-C sensors. So that's a quick comparison between the D800 and the Fuji 56 with the X-T3. If you believe I missed something, or if you don't see the same things that I'm seeing when I look at these two pictures globally, let me know. Nice to have a new subscriber. Thank you. And give a thumbs up and a like if you like the video. If not, we can start a respectable discussion in the comment section. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.